All right, let's talk about the unsung heroes of your body. Seriously, they carry you through literally every single day, but you probably don't give them a second thought. Well, until they start to hurt. Let's dive in.
So let me ask you something. What do you think is the hardest working, most overlooked joint you have? I mean, just take a second to think about it. It's in on the action when you're walking, running, lifting, climbing, heck, even just getting up from your chair.
If you guessed your knee, you nailed it. Our knees are absolute powerhouses, but for some reason, we just kind of take them for granted, you know? We only really start paying attention when that first little twinge of pain shows up, and by then, we're already playing defense.
So, when our knees do start to complain, what's actually going on in there? To really get a handle on the problem, we've got to understand it first. So let's take a closer look at the anatomy of that ache.
To get what's happening, it helps to know the lingo. Workplace health experts have this big official-sounding term for it, musculoskeletal disorder, or MSD. I know, it sounds super complicated, but it's really just a catch-all for any problem that affects your body's support system. We're talking muscles, nerves, joints, you name it.
And what does an MSD actually feel like? Well, it can be a whole bunch of things. Maybe it's that constant dull ache at the end of the day, or that feeling of stiffness when you first get out of bed. It could be swelling, tenderness, or maybe your knee just feels kind of weak or wobbly. And yeah, sometimes it's those unsettling popping and crunching sounds. And here's the thing, this is so important. These are not just minor aches you should tough out. They are very clear signals from your body. It's basically your body's own early warning system screaming, hey, something's not right down here.
Okay, so we get the problem, but here's the great news. There's a plan. So let's jump into the first pillar of our solution, which is all about how you can actively build a stronger, more resilient knee from the inside out.
Now here's what's so fascinating about this. The secret to a healthy knee isn't just about the knee itself. The real magic happens in the muscles around it. Think of your leg muscles, especially your quads, as your knee's own personal built-in shock absorbers. The stronger they are, the less of a beating your joint has to take.
But listen, before you even think about jumping into any exercise, a good warm-up is totally non-negotiable. It gets your muscles ready for work and can seriously help prevent injuries. You want to start with some gentle stretches, then get the blood pumping with just a few minutes of light cardio. And of course, it's always a good idea to get the green light from a professional before you start any new routine.
Okay, ready for a key exercise? It's called a quad set. It sounds kind of official, but it's incredibly simple and so effective. Your quadriceps, those big muscles on the front of your thigh, are like your knee's primary bodyguards. A quad set is as simple as sitting down, tightening that muscle, holding it for just a few seconds, and then relaxing. That's it. You're literally waking up your knee's main defenders.
And here's another awesome one for your toolkit, the straight leg raise. The idea is just what it sounds like. You lie on your back and slowly lift one leg up, keeping it straight. The beauty of this move is that it does an amazing job of strengthening those same crucial quad muscles, but, and this is key, without putting any weight or strain directly on the knee joint. It's a perfect, low-impact way to build support exactly where you need it.
So, building that internal strength, that's pillar one. But that's only half the battle, right? We also have to look at the outside forces that our knees are up against every single day. And that brings us to pillar two, making your workspace an ally, not an enemy for your joints.
Let's talk about lifting for a second, because it's a huge source of strain. We have all seen, or let's be honest, done the wrong way. You bend over at the waist, legs are pretty much straight, and you put all that pressure on your back and your knees. The right way? It's all about the legs. You bend at the knees, you keep that back straight, and you let your powerful leg muscles do the heavy lifting. It's a game changer for your back and your knees.
And you can apply this same kind of thinking to your entire workday. Let's do a quick ergonomics check. Spend a lot of time standing on hard floors? An anti-fatigue mat can feel like a miracle. Lifting stuff? Try to keep things in your power zone. That's the sweet spot between your mid-thigh and mid-chest. It just keeps you from reaching and twisting in awkward ways. And if you do the same task over and over, try to switch it up and take little breaks. All these small tweaks add up to huge relief for your joints.
Okay, so we've looked at strengthening your body from the inside and making your environment work for you on the outside. Now, let's pull all these pieces together into a simple, straightforward action plan.
Look, if you walk away with just one thing today, I really hope it's this. You are not just a passive victim of knee pain. You actually have direct control over the two biggest factors at play here: how resilient your body is and how demanding your environment is. And that's incredibly empowering. So here it is. This is your proactive knee health plan. Number 1, listen to your body. Those aches are trying to tell you something. 2, always warm up. 3, get consistent about strengthening those all-important supporting muscles. 4, tweak your workspace to ease up on the daily strain. And 5, always lift smart with your legs. That's your recipe for healthier, happier knees.
And that brings us to the final, and I think the most important question. Because this isn't just about knowing things, it's about doing things. So, looking at everything we just talked about, what is the one small change you can actually commit to making today to start protecting your knees for all your tomorrows? Just think about it. That one tiny step is where it all begins.